On the morning of August 6, 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a 29-year-old naval engineer, was preparing to leave Hiroshima. He had spent 3 months there on a business trip for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and was finally heading home to his wife and infant son in Nagasaki. After a quick stop at his office to retrieve something he'd forgotten, he began walking toward the train station. It was just after 8 o'clock. A clear, sunny morning. At 8:15 a.m., as he walked through a potato field, Yamaguchi noticed a B-29 bomber in the sky. He saw a small object drop from the plane. Then, the world dissolved into a blinding, silent, magnesium-white flash. He instinctively dove to the ground and covered his eyes. An instant later, an immense shockwave. A deafening roar he described as it slammed into him, rupturing his eardrums and lifting him off the ground. It landed hard the left side of his upper body, severely burned. His vision was blurred. Sky now a dark, swirling twilight of dust and debris. Stumbling through the ruins, he found 2 of his colleagues, also alive. They spent the night in an air raid shelter, surrounded by the moans of the dying and the smell of charred flesh. The city's infrastructure had vanished. There were no hospitals, no doctors, no organized, only unimaginable destruction and suffering. With no hope of help, Yamaguchi and his colleagues decided their only chance was to try and reach a train. The next day, on August 7th, they made their way to what was left of the railway station. Miraculously, a train was running. The journey was a grim passage through a devastated landscape. On board, passengers were dazed, burned, and bleeding. Yet there was a strange, unsettling silence. No one understood the invisible sickness that was already taking hold. Yamaguchi, feverish and in pain, simply wanted to get home. He arrived in Nagasaki on August 8th and managed to get to a hospital. The doctor who treated his burns was an old school friend. But even he struggled to comprehend Yamaguchi's story of a single bomb destroying an entire city. The next morning, August 9, despite his severe injuries, Yamaguchi reported for work at the Mitsubishi office to brief his supervisor. As he described the blinding white light and thunderous explosion that had leveled Hiroshima, his boss was dismissive, accusing him of being mad. At that exact moment, La Seido's on the office window lit up with another impossible white flash. Yamaguchi once again dropped to the floor just before the shockwave hit, shattering the windows. This time, the hilly terrain of Nagasaki and the reinforced concrete of the building provided just enough shelter to save him from immediate annihilation. The blast ripped the bandages from his body, reopening his wounds. He had now survived a second atomic detonation in 3 days. He rushed home through the newly ruined streets, fearing the worst. He found his wife and child had been out shopping for burn ointment for him and, by a stroke of luck, had survived with only minor injuries. But their ordeal was far from over. In the following weeks, the insidious effects of radiation poisoning began. Yamaguchi's hair fell out. He ran a high fever, vomiting constantly. The burns on his body wouldn't heal. All around them, survivors who seemed to have escaped the initial blast began to die from this mysterious illness. For the rest of his life, Tsutomu Yamaguchi bore the physical and psychological scars of his experience. He lost hearing in one ear and suffered from radiation-related ailments, including cataracts and leukemia. For decades, he rarely spoke of what happened. It was only in his later years that he stepped forward as an activist. In 2009, the Japanese government officially recognized him as Eniari Bakusa, a double-bomb survivor, the only person to hold that status. He began to share his story, speaking at the United Nations and advocating for the total abolition of nuclear weapons. Tsutomu Yamaguchi passed away in 2010 at the age of 93. His survival, twice over, serves as a permanent, quiet record of an event that must never be repeated. Thank you for watching.